Yo, what up? What up? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, listen, man, I had to do this audio because, I keep getting into these debates with women, and they keep saying stuff like, oh, guys shouldn't say bitch, and bitch is disrespectful, and calling a woman a bitch is disrespectful, and all that other good stuff, right? So, my question is calling a woman a bitch disrespectful? Now, see, the thing is that it can be disrespectful in a specific context. And then in another context, it's not disrespectful. It's all about the context. And this is what I keep trying to explain to women. But see, what women are hung up on, they're hung up on the word bitch. So no matter what context bitch is being used, women will find it disrespectful. Some women, not all, but some. Right? So the thing is, the reason why this even came up is because I was on Facebook, and this dude wrote a post or something, and in the post he was talking about some shit. I can't remember exactly what he was talking about, but it had to do with women and men in relationships, and he said something like to the effect of, and sometimes bitches, they do this and they do that, right? So the whole post or whatever, the women were going in on him saying, oh, why you gotta say bitch, and bitch is so disrespectful, and blah, 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 blah. But what I was trying to explain to them, that was in the context of what is being said, he wasn't trying to be disrespectful. It's just like if you're walking by two men, talking to each other, they're friends or whatever, and they're talking about women, one might say, yo, there was this hot bitch at the club last night, right? And he's using bitch as a slang to say woman, but he does not mean disrespect to that woman by calling her a bitch. And you're probably saying, well, why can't he just call her a woman? Yes, he could, but he's using bitch as a slang to express that he's talking about a woman to his friend, because this is how him and his friend could talk to each other. But they don't mean any disrespect by calling the woman a bitch. See, it's all about the intention. You understand? So the intention is not to offend if they're just talking and having a conversation, and that's the way that they choose to communicate. Now, there's a difference between if, like I was saying with intention, a person can have an intention to be disrespectful or try to offend you. So if somebody's looking at you or talking to you and they're like, oh, you fucking dumb bitch, or you fucking bitch, or whatever, their intention is to offend you. So them saying it or saying bitch or whatever is to offend and is to be disrespectful. But if a dude is chilling and he's talking about girls, he's like, yo, that's a sexy ass bitch, he is not intending to be disrespectful, because those are two different contexts. Do you understand? When someone's like, oh, you fucking bitch and all this other stuff, that is the context of it being disrespectful. When somebody is saying, oh, that bitch is sexy, that bitch is hot, it's a compliment, and they're using bitch as a slang to talk about women. Like, is this becoming clear to you guys? Now, see, the thing is that, people, they'll say, oh, but, what if somebody says the word nigger, because aren't you going to get offended by that and blah, blah, blah. And again, it's not the word, it's the context and the intention. So if a person is, let's say if like a white person is talking to a black person and they say, oh, you fucking dirty nigger, and I hate you niggers and all that other stuff, that is offensive, because they're trying to offend. They are trying to, in that context, they're trying to offend, and their intentions are to offend. You understand? But if I'm chilling and a white person says, hey, I just wanted to ask a question. Why do black people call each other niggas? Why do you guys do that? That is technically, that's not him being disrespectful. He's asking a question. You understand? It's a different context. Now, some white folks will ask those questions just because they want to say the word nigga. You understand? And again, that's his intention, was just to say the word nigga, not because he actually, is curious about the word and wanted to ask the question, but he just wanted to be sort of like, facetious or slick by saying that. So again, that could be looked at as offensive, but again, it's always about the context and it's always about the intention. So it's not just about the word. See, the thing is that whenever you get, all confused, or whenever you get emotional about a word, right? Then that means that you're not really thinking critically. You don't understand context. You don't understand intention. You don't understand any of that stuff. You just get so, riled up by the word. And by you being riled up by a word like that, you're just easy to control. Do you understand? And, when you guys are out here, dating and doing all this other stuff and all the other stuff like that, having a mindset where you're so, reactive off of a word, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a good look. That's not a good look on your part, to be so emotional by when someone says a word, when someone says this thing or that thing about you. You understand? Or, you feeling a certain way by what's being said, because, if you're a woman or whatever, and let's say you're talking to a guy, or you're in, most guys are not going to even say the word bitch in front of you in most cases, because they know that most women are going to be moved by that word, like bitch, right? You know what I'm saying? Some women, they don't care. They'll say bitch too and whatever, and it's no big deal. But some women are not, they're still not at that level where they understand context and intention. So now when you're out there dating guys, or you're talking to guys, you're having a conversation with guys, and you hear somebody say that, then you want to get all crazy and you want to have an attitude, but just because a word has been uttered. And it's not like he's saying, fuck you, bitch. He could be talking to another guy or another person, and you're just in the conversation. And he's like, yeah, this bitch, she came over yesterday and we was eating popcorn and watching a movie. You're like, bitch, blah, blah, blah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, now you're getting all crazy because of that word being said. So, the reason why I'm just, even bringing this up is because I need people to understand the difference between, when somebody's saying bitch and trying to be offensive, and someone whose intentions is not to be offensive, but that's just might be the way they express themselves when they're talking about a woman in the slang term, in the slang version. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the same way where a black person might call his friend nigga, my nigga. That's my nigga right there. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't mean it to offend him, but in a different context. If a white person said it, then it would be different if they're coming at it in a, a negative, hateful sort of way. You understand? So I just wanted to, touch on that. I wanted to know also what you guys think. What are your thoughts on this, as far as, is calling a woman a bitch offensive? Does the context not matter? Is it just a word that's going to get you crazy or get you upset? Let me know what you guys think, and I will holler at you later. And remember, guys, the truth is inside you. Peace.
Step up your dating game and join dating coach Mr. Lucario's Bad Boy and Bad Girl membership program. By becoming a member, you will receive 45 through 90-minute audio and video step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month that are guaranteed to help you get what you want out of your dating life. Go to MrLucario.com to join today. That's MrLocario.com. MrLucario.com.